Gundam.tk presents AG G-Exes. Hey again everybody, it's Robert184, 2 R's 2 B's from gundamreviews.net, where you can find all my reviews easy to find in one place. And now it's time to take a look at the advanced grade 1/144th G-Exes from Gundam Age. And yes, Wolf's been doing a good job in his Genoa's custom AG and HG. It's just a question now of whether an AG G-Exes and upgrade is better than an HG of the Genoa's custom. Late 2011 release for this kit. The price you can see there is 600 Japanese yen, and there's that cover art looking pretty sharp. And you're going to have this being number 8 in the 1/144th Gundam Age AG series, which I'm having a lot of fun collecting, even more than I expected, so why not check out all of their reviews on my channel or website. The box tour is going to look pretty familiar with your in-game stats. You'll notice this nice red logo and the fact that he's painted up nice and white and gray with some green there in the face. On the back, he's going to have some gray on the back of the shield, and that beam rifle is looking impressive. And down here you can see, yes, the man himself, Wolf Eniakel, who Flit didn't get along with until all of a sudden he did. They're telling you why not try the gauging battle, and if you want to go to a supermarket, you can check that out. But the block build system is a great hint here because you are seeing some gray, which I didn't expect. The Genoa's custom AG was very disappointing just because it was all white. Here it looks like we've got gray frame, gray arms, and a gray weapon to go along with him. Inside the G-Exes box, you're going to get some green for the eyes, the black gauging chip, the card, plates of white, and yes, that's a pleasant surprise, some gray to go along with the manual built into the box. All the usual stuff inside the box, 3 parts there for the head. The chest is going to be just the white on gray, and then for the limbs you're going to have 3 parts, 2 for the shoulders, put the beam rifle in. It actually has a small gray part underneath, hopefully you don't lose that, and the shield is just going to attach on, it looks like, to the one arm only. All of these plates are completely unique to the G-Exes. It doesn't share anything in common with the Genoa's custom, and you're going to have the legs, the feet, and arms on A1. But I hope you can make out just how much better the A2 plate is, which is of course just half of the A1 plate. You've got all sorts of raised details here on the shoulders. If you wanted to add a little bit of color, it would look great. These thrusters have tons of detail, including even lines inside the circles. The waist skirts look good, as does the chest. That head has a lot of detail in it for something this size, and the shield has a big raised part there and a raised mark, so a little bit of red paint would do wonders. The B plate is again unique, and you're going to have 2 very gray arms along with the waist. It's not going to show through in the chest, well, maybe up at the neck actually, and you're going to get a very large beam rifle, which is incredibly thin when you put it down this way. As with every AG kit, you'll be getting a tri-age card and this gauging chip that you can plug into the back. This is 008, its number in the series. But what I really liked was this C plate, the fact that you're going to get the eyes on it, even though it looks like it's already been bent down, and it actually is going to make the camera lens, so it's not as prevalent as the Genoa's Customs face mask, but at least we're getting a little bit of color to go with the white and gray. And for that reason and that reason only, already I'm going to say that this is going to be better than the Genoa's custom, just because that was disturbingly all white except for the face mask. This one, hopefully, it's going to shine, and if you put in a little bit of work with all these details on the parts, I'm sure you could make this look fantastic for a very low price. When he's all complete, I gotta say he's already a lot better than what I expected from the AG Genoa's custom, except for the fact that yes, for that red seal to go on in all of its glory, you're going to have some kindergarten type arts and crafts skills. But in terms of the way he actually looks, it looks like he's got some pretty cool, the way the Gundam is put together. He's obviously newer than the Genoa's custom, informed by the Gundam, but still unique, and he's got a lot of details that I didn't expect, especially up on the shoulders, even the details like the thrusters. That backpack is looking massive, along with the oversized beam sabers, which we won't see until the HG, but the best feature has got to be that you see that much gray in the front. The beam rifle looks all the better for it, and the fact that you've got green in 3 places there on the face certainly makes this well worth the 600, it seems. Unless posability is your thing, because the legs don't move and the arms are going to move up and around until they run into the backpack. At least they don't run into the head here. And the shield is going to be able to rotate this much. It's got this part down there below, and the beam rifle can waggle off to the side, which is something you don't necessarily want to see. You've got the AG Genoa's Custom there on the left and the HG on the right, and of course this one is going to be a step up on this one, but you wouldn't necessarily expect that for the same price. Again, that gray really shows through. The beam rifle looks better. The oversized shield is actually blocking in the right non-V Gundam direction, and you don't see these ugly parts showing through the back of the backpack. He doesn't have the same impact from the visual clear green piece that goes on, but the fact that we get 3 colors there in the head, or at least see color in 3 places, is great, and I would say it's almost going to be looking as good as the high-grade Genoa's Custom, which just makes me anxious for the high-grade all the more. It was cool to see Wolf come out and save the Titus when he was in his fights with the back toe, and also distract the Zetus long enough for the Sparrow to change his wear in space. And even though the white may seem a little bit redundant when he's up against when he's with the H1 normal, he certainly is going to look good when he's out there fighting with Flit in one of the other wares. And as cool as it was to see Wolf leading out this team in episode 10 for the big battle royale, isn't it a little bit sad that the Diva only has 3 mobile suits? Now, I'd like to tell you that there's more than one pose, but you can pretty much only bring the beam rifle forward, or above his head, I suppose, and you can angle the shield in 2 ways because you can move the arm and rotate it in place, so you can almost see some of the red depending on what angle you're at. And yes, he can turn his head, but outside of this pose, that's all she wrote. So to wrap up with my final thoughts, I've got to say that again, for the grade that this is, advanced grade, I'm really happy with this kit. Multiple colors and the fact that you can put on a red seal, and if you've got some extra ones kicking around from your high grades, those would work even better, but the fact they put the green in the head, the gray all over the body, huge step up on the AG Genoa's Custom, which I was disappointed in. With the AGs, I always wonder, can I use them as grunts? And in this case, you don't necessarily have to, because he actually looks pretty good on the shelf. Combine that with the fact that he can work with an action base, and I see more pros than cons with this guy, even though he's not as colorful as the Gundam triplets. Big step up both in MS design and in model terms, so for me, 600 yen well spent. If you're importing it, you'd probably want to reconsider. The high grade is probably going to be the way to go. But anyway, this AG line has been fun, and this one certainly did not let me down. But that's just me as Wolf spins in and out of view. How do you think about this guy compared to the high-grade counterpart and the other advanced grades? How does he stack up in the series? What did you think of his debut in the anime in this suit? Picking it up at a junk dealer? Anyway, lots of stories I'm sure to be told about that in the future, but I'm really liking the character development, and if you like the character, well, you're probably going to like the MS, or I am anyway, and maybe that's the same for you. Anyway, everybody, these videos are only here. Hopefully you're enjoying them, so please hit thumbs up if you do, and subscribe if you don't want to miss any other videos of advanced grade, high grade, master grade, 1/148th, and everything in between. Can't wait for that master grade to be coming out of these, well, some of them anyway. Anyway, everybody, see you next time. Lots more vids to come. Bye. I don't know how you could possibly call me a copy when you have a V-fin and I clearly have animal ears sticking up over here.